So you're diving into solar, and you've decided on lithium iron phosphate batteries. Smart choice. But now you've hit that first big decision, right? Do you go with a pre-built server rack, or do you build your own custom DIY pack? It's a bigger question than it seems. Let's dive in and break down the pros, the cons, and some of the hidden risks so you can make the right call for your setup.
And look, this isn't just about the tech specs, it's really about you. What's your budget, what are your skills like, and honestly, how much risk are you comfortable with? So in this explainer, we're going to break it all down so you can figure out which path is truly the right one for your project.
All right, so let's start with the first big question. And it all boils down to a classic trade-off: convenience versus customization. Do you want something that's basically plug and play, or are you the kind of person who wants total control over every single piece of your system?
Okay, so let's break this down. On one hand, you've got the server rack batteries. Think of these as the plug-and-play option. Everything's already built in, including that super important battery management system, or BMS. They're standardized, they're made to be stacked, it's all about simplicity. But on the other side of the coin, you've got DIY. Now this is where you get total control. You get to pick your own cells, build the pack exactly how you want it, and yeah, you can potentially save a good chunk of change up front. The catch? It takes some serious skill and a whole lot of careful planning.
And this table here, it really puts some numbers to that idea. And you can see it right away, can't you? The upfront cost for a server rack, yeah, it's usually higher. But what you're paying for is ease of installation, and really importantly, out-of-the-box safety, because it's a professionally tested all-in-one unit. With DIY though, things like safety and how long it'll last, well, that's not a guarantee. It all comes down to the quality of the parts you buy and, let's be honest, how good of a job you do building it.
And that right there, that brings us to what I think is the most critical part of this whole conversation. You see, a lot of guides out there will focus on how much money you can save with DIY, but they kind of gloss over the very, very real safety risks that come along with it.
And we're not talking about small hiccups here. These are the kinds of things that can lead to total equipment failure, or, in the absolute worst-case scenario, a fire. You know, things like putting a fuse in the wrong place, cells not being balanced, or your voltage just dropping out under load. All that can cause your inverter to just shut down when you need it most. But the big one, the one we really need to talk about, is thermal runaway.
Okay, so what is thermal runaway? It's a chain reaction, and once it starts, you can't stop it. It's often triggered by a short circuit or just a bad cell, and it can lead to a fire or even an explosion. This is exactly why your safety measures can't be an afterthought. A well-designed system with a quality BMS is absolutely essential to prevent this from ever happening.
All right, I know that sounds a little scary, but let's pivot from the problems to the solutions. Because whether you go with a server rack or decide to build your own, understanding the basics is the key to building a system that's not just powerful, but also safe and reliable for the long haul.
And it all starts right here, with the absolute fundamentals of electricity. It's pretty simple, actually. When you connect battery cells in series, that's positive to negative, their voltages add up. And when you connect them in parallel, so positive to positive and negative to negative, their capacity, which we measure in amp hours, adds up. This is the basic recipe for building any battery pack, big or small.
And knowing that leads us right to this super simple but really important formula. The total energy your battery can hold, measured in watt-hours, is just the total voltage times the total capacity. Understanding this little bit of math is how you make sure your battery bank is actually big enough to power everything you need it to.
So if you're thinking, yeah, I'm going the DIY route, then you need to treat these 4 steps as non-negotiable. First, you figure out your configuration to hit your target voltage, like 48 volts. Second, you wire it all up using the right size wires and, this is huge, you put a fuse on every single parallel string for protection. Third, you hook up a BMS that's properly rated for your pack's voltage and current. And finally, and please do not skip this, you test everything safely under a light load before you actually put it to work.
And that brings us to the hero of the story, the Battery Management System, or BMS. This quote nails it. A BMS's job isn't just to be an emergency off switch, it's the brain of your battery. It's constantly working in the background, making sure all the cells are at the same voltage, that's cell balancing, and it's keeping an eye on the temperature to stop a thermal event before it can even start. Okay, so after all of that, the pros, the cons, the dangers, the solutions, we're back where we started. With all this new info, how do you actually decide which path is the right one for you?
Well, it really just comes down to answering these 4 questions and being totally honest with yourself. What's your real budget? How comfortable are you really with electrical wiring and safety rules? How much of your own time are you willing to put into this? And finally, what's your personal tolerance for risk?
Look, the right answer for a seasoned electrician is going to be way different than for someone who's just looking for a reliable weekend project.
At the end of the day, here's what you need to remember. There's no single best choice here. There's only the best choice for you and your situation. Whether you choose the simple convenience of a server rack or you embrace the challenge and customization of a DIY build, you now have the knowledge to make a way smarter and way safer decision. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build?
And before we wrap up, just one last really important reminder. Working with high-powered battery systems like these is serious business, and it can be dangerous. We really hope this explainer has been useful, but please remember, it's for educational purposes. Always, always talk to a qualified professional before you start a project of this scale. Your safety is the most important thing, period.